Hello, good people. Hello. Welcome back to another episode of Make America Think Again with Shauna Vaughn. Welcome, welcome, welcome to everyone. A few housekeeping notes first. Please like, share, and subscribe to the page. Stop right now. Hit that subscribe button. Please. Any of the episodes that you watch that really speak to you, that educate you in some way, that invoke some sort of thought, please make sure that you are sharing those episodes with family, friends, coworkers, associates, whomever. And then lastly, down below, you can see the correct spelling of my name. You have my IG information there. I will tell you this throughout the week, I'm constantly posting political information. So please make sure that you follow me there on IG. And then lastly, you have my Cash App there. If you would like to bless a sister, please bless a sister because I be knowing. So bless a sister. Okay, so money, power, and respect. How many of you remember this song from the Lox? If you're old school hip hop, or you may be a new hip hop head, I don't know, because a lot of Gen Z folks are into the '90s hip hops, the early 2000 hip hop, like we all were, all the Gen X were. So, money, power, and respect. This song by the Lox came to mind when I was thinking about this topic. So what's happening right now is there is an attack, a direct attack on Black folks. Our money, our power, and once they have control of those two, the respect will decline as well. But so I want to lay this out for you, and then I want to explain and I want to walk us through what we can do using those same three elements: our money, our power, and respect. Okay, so how they have tried to take control of the money since January of 2025, 300,000 to 600,000. There's not a concrete number as of yet for Black women, but in the first couple of months, it was 300,000. And it is estimated to be up to 600,000 because just 300,000 they estimated were in the federal government. Okay. So then they're adding another 300,000 for all other industries because of all the DEI bullshit that, nonsense that this government, this regime raised and got rid of. So the estimate is 300,000 to 600,000 Black women were pushed out of the workforce. The numbers for Black men is 567,000. Now, how they got an accurate number on the Black men and not Black women, don't ask me, but that's the number that's out there: 567,000 Black men, and then up to 600,000 Black women. So let's see, from the beginning of last year, the unemployment rate of Black women jumped up to 7.3% by the end of 2025. Okay, so how this impacts us, how this impacts Black people is number one, the unemployment rate, maintaining mortgages, paying bills, etc., but also our buying power. We were the second largest buying power group. We were consistently number one for years. Latinos passed us, I believe, in the past 5 years, but I'm quite sure their numbers have been depleted as well because of all the immigration and icy bullshit that this regime has been conducting. So you have the impact on not only our income, but you also have the impact on our buying power. Okay. Right now, what we're seeing is them attacking our political power and our voting power, our voting rights. They are directly coming for our civil rights, amendments that specifically pertain to Black people. They are directly targeting those. And right now, they're directly targeting the South, but understand the South is like, the testing grounds, the bellwether, if you will, the canary in the coal mine. Everything that they're testing out in the South, they want to try to spread across this country. This is why I'm saying that it is imperative for Californians. The Californians get too comfortable But we have to make sure that we are protecting the fourth largest economy in the world. We have to make sure that we are protecting the largest donor state in this country because they are coming for it. They want to get their grubby little racist pedo hands around on our money. And they want to trash this economy in California, just like they're trashing the economy in America, because once they have control of that, we can't help out any other state. We can't help ourselves and we can't help any other state. So they can have full control. Do y'all see how that connects? Okay, so there's an attack right now on the political power and all this redistricting that's happening in the South. And then they're attacking amendments in the Constitution to take away our voting rights. So this, if they are successful, this would be the largest wipeout of Black political power that we have seen since the Jim Crow era. That's why a lot of folks, including myself, are calling this Jim Crow 2.0. And also remember, I talked about in the last video, not only do we have Jim Crow 2.0 right now being fully played out, we are also right now seeing them try to give reparations to insurrectionists, reparations to oath keepers and Proud Boys and criminals. I couldn't write this if I tried. I'm a writer, I'm an actor, I'm a creative, I'm an educator, I'm all the things. But honestly, I really don't see that I could have fathomed all this bullshit all at one time. But they have been strategic. They have been planning for over 50 years. And it's very clear now. It is very clear now that they made sure that they had every I dotted and every T crossed and maneuvered all the people that they needed to get in place, all the judges that they needed to get on the federal level, all the Supreme Court picks that they needed to have in place to build this corrupt and ultra conservative Supreme Court. They connected all the dots that they needed to make sure we're connected. So what do we do? What do we do, or what can we do in this moment? We can use that same money and power to garner the respect that we deserve. So let's start with the money. We still have folks who have access to money. We still have folks that are still gainfully employed. We still have Black billionaires and millionaires. We still have that. So, and I'm not saying that all these people have to give up their money. I'm not saying that. And I'm not saying it's limited to Black billionaires or millionaires. I'm not saying that either. We need the Melinda Gates. We need the Tom Steyer, who is running for governor in California right now. He needs to just pull out of the damn race and use their money for some good. We're not voting for you. Use your money for some good. Dude who is oh God, I can't think. He's got it starts with a B. He's got the network, the newspaper, magazine. He's in the media. He's got all this money in the New York area. He's run for office before too. Like folks like him, use that money for good. All of them have. So continue to do it. Continue to spread that money across the Black community. And then also we need our Black billionaires and millionaires to step up. Jay-Z, Beyonce, Oprah, Dwayne Johnson. There's some other people, Robert Smith, David Stewart, don't know, look him up, Google him. Alexander Karp is another one, Michael Jordan. Some I left off because, they're clearly MAGA or have proven themselves to be MAGA. Tyler Perry. And I know a lot of these people have already done a lot of things. But here's what I want to say. Wealthy people don't always have to use their money. They can just use their influence. And I know that a lot of them, or I suspect, a lot of them are kind of trying to stay a bit hands off because you can completely be canceled. You can completely lose your brand. Like that happens very easily in the world that we live in today. But just making a phone call as Oprah, making a phone call as Michael Jordan, making a phone call as a, hey, I'm Rihanna, and I'd like for you to send some buses to, I don't know, California, and have them, drive some folks to Texas, or I want to purchase this many plane tickets, or how many plane tickets can you give to me because I'm Beyonce, and hey, I just want to put some people on a plane. Like a lot of times, which a lot of people don't know, if you don't live in LA, if you don't live in Hollywood, if you haven't worked in the entertainment industry, y'all see people with a lot of shit that they haven't paid for. And that's what gets me, is that people are out there all across this country breaking their necks and going broke to try to afford the shit that they see people that are on TV and in films wearing, and the cars that they're driving and all the shit. A lot of this shit they don't pay for. They're given. They're given. They show up to restaurants and don't ever pay for a meal. They're carrying handbags that they never paid for. They're driving cars that they don't own, that are leased. Or the company has just said, hey, drive this car around and pretend like it's yours so we can get some more people in here. You are the ones that are spending your money. A lot of times celebrities are not. They are not. Once you receive a certain level, you get more free shit versus the people who actually need the free shit. I'm just trying to put y'all on some game. So a lot of these wealthy people could call up and just lend their names to something, or use their influence and get a lot of free shit to get the people who are actually doing the work, get them on the ground so they can help out with these initiatives. So the money, we all have to, and here's another thing. I'm just going to say this. Black folks, if you want something done, you have to contribute the money. All of us, whether that's $5, $10, or $1,000,000, we have to put the money into it. If you say you want people to go down to help register people in Mississippi, South Carolina, Florida, you got to put money behind that. You do. You just can't get people to miraculously say, hey, I want to volunteer to go and live in Mississippi for 3 months and make sure that they're registered, and there's no money to fund these people, to pay these people. You cannot do that. So we have to start with the money. Then the labor. And this is the big thing. I've been telling y'all, we need consistent and sustained strikes and boycotts. We need that. It's on the ground marching is not enough. It's impactful, but it's not enough. And I want us to move into the labor strikes. And let me illustrate this for you. Imagine if for a week, 1 week or 3 days, let's start off with 3 days. What if we started off with 3 days, every Black attorney, every Black doctor, every Black restaurant worker, every Black chef, every Black teacher, educator, every Black person from every industry could not be found. We all called in sick. We all need a mental health day. Can you imagine how this country would come to a grinding halt if we just withheld our labor? And then if it didn't click and if they didn't get it, the next time around is 4 days. The next time around is 5 days. Then it's a whole entire week. And people are like, wait, I was scheduled for surgery. Where's my doctor? Wait, I got this tooth I need to have pulled. Where's my doctor? And that's across the board. All ethnicities, all people from walks of life would be impacted. But it would get the attention of the people in power. Oh, so they want to withhold their labor. They're not going to show up to service at the restaurant. They're not going to be there at the front desk. They're not going to be the concierge at the hotel when I check in. I'm waiting. I'm ringing bells. I can't get checked in. I have nobody to clean my room. I have nobody to clean my teeth. I have nobody to help me with this pancreas that I need removed. All the things disappear from all different areas. We need to withhold our dollars, but we also need to be withholding our labor, our creativity. our talents, we need to just pull it, yank it from this country. And that's how we get the respect back, because they have to see the impacts that we make in all spaces, not just entertaining them, not just on the football field, not just on the basketball court, not just when they want to be served. They have to see in all aspects of life where our creativity and our talents contribute to all aspects of their lives. Because most people in this country, unfortunately, and I want to say especially Caucasian people, do not care unless their lives are personally impacted. They need to see that, they need to see it, and they need to feel it in order for it to have an impact. So that's the money. And withholding the power and the labor, we need to show them all that intellect could disappear, all that creativity could disappear, all of our talents could disappear. And it literally could. We could all pick up and move to different countries. It would be difficult, but you could do it. You could do it. You can make it happen. So, and then the respect will come back around. And I want to just illustrate something for you, just real quickly on the respect. If you're like, well, what does she mean by the respect? Just look at how the felon targets Black female journalists, how he dehumanizes them, how he's trying to desensitize all of us to how he communicates and interacts with them and degrades them, and how he's trying to vicariously condition all of those journalists, but everybody watching, everyone in the world that's watching, on how Black women should be treated and respected. Psychologically, he's doing a number on all of us in regards to how Black people are to be respected, how we are supposed to be seen, and how we are supposed to be treated. By showing the least amount of respect that he possibly can for Black journalists, Black female journalists specifically. So imagine that on a national level. Imagine that from getting that type of disrespect and dehumanization from people all around you. Because now they've been taught and conditioned and to dehumanize us and disrespect us. So how do we regain that money, power, and respect? We've got to use the money we still have left and the people and the resources that we still have left to flex our power by withdrawing our labor, our talents, our intelligence, our creativity, to show them that we are to be respected. And you need to acknowledge our worth. That's how we do it. We all have value. We all have worth. And right now, the money, power, and respect of certain groups of people are being challenged. And we need to flex. I'll talk to you all soon.